live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Not our best game. Look, obviously a win's a win. I'll take the win. I'll gladly take the win. We're 11 games over 500. Got the Pacers coming up, and then after the Pacers game, we get the Luka debut. Hopefully we get Mark Williams for the upcoming Lakers game against the Indiana Pacers. Hopefully also the Pacers can beat these Clippers so we can gain another full game on them. But look, LeBron carried this game, right? Like, I mean, he did. Like, the dude was unbelievable. The dude is put on a masterclass this game. It's just guys just didn't have their best game, right? Everyone didn't get traded, so everyone's like, all right, I can relax now a little bit. Obviously, you knew the Warriors were going to throw some punch. You knew that they weren't going to just lay down. But I mean, come on, like, can you at least not get smacked, please? But it was good that we pulled out and squeezed out this win. Obviously, I mean, again, you don't have Luka, you don't have Mark Williams, right? Those two guys are going to have an impact once they get integrated into the roster. Bad games happen, right? This isn't anything that I'm like, oh no, that's it. But a lot of it was just missing shots. Again, it comes down to aggression, right? Like, one of the things that I've talked about again with Reeves, right? Like, was it 0 of 10 from 3? Right? I can understand if you're wide open, but a couple of those he just kind of took just to take. And I get he's trying to get into a rhythm, or he's 0 and 9 from 3. But it's like, can you be aggressive, right? Like, I talk about it all the time. When he's aggressive, right, and he's like looking downhill, getting shots. I know he had 23 points, but it came from 16 free throws, right? Like, stay in attack mode, get to your spots. These guys can't stop you. He had a masterclass in the previous game against the Warriors, right? Just dominated the Warriors. They had no answer for Reeves. So, stuff like that. It's just like, stay aggressive. Don't bail these teams out, right? Especially when your shot isn't falling. Your shot's not falling, that's fine, right? Like, bad shooting nights happen, things like that. But, it's one of those things where it's like, you got better decision making, right? You got to notice I'm 0 of 6 from 3. I'm 0 of 5 from 3. Maybe I should stop taking so many threes, right? Maybe I should, just put the ball on the deck and get to the rim. Turnovers, right? Like, got to stop turning the ball over. We had 4 turnovers to 4 assists, right? Like, again, it's not hate. People always, anytime I criticize Reeves, people are like, oh, you're a Reeves hater. No, like, look at this game. This game was a perfect example. Again, like, he's not above criticism. No one's above criticism, right? It wasn't just him. Rui wasn't great this game, right? Like, we needed more from him, especially in this matchup. This is like an ideal matchup for Rui because, like, everybody on the court he's bigger than, and everyone on the court he's stronger than, right? It's like, come on, be aggressive, put the ball on the deck, move the ball, right? Like, let's do these things. Rui Hachimura is just like he was just like out there floating, right? Like, he's just like coasting out there. It's like, come on, dude. Like, this is about as good of a matchup as you get for a guy like him. 6'8", just solid, physical, lower center of gravity type guy. Like, this is a game where you should be able to just bully guys, right? I mean, everyone, their center and their power forward are as big as you are, right? Like, be aggressive, put the ball on the deck, right? But, I mean, look at LeBron, man. Like, it's so funny. People are like, oh, LeBron might leave in the offseason. He ain't going anywhere. This dude's got a whole new pep in his step. This dude's so happy. He's over there, like, toying with the Warriors and hyping up the fans, stuff. You don't think this dude feels like, dude, I might win the championship this year? You don't think this guy's, like, super excited? He just got the second best player in all of basketball. You don't think LeBron is super hyped about this? You don't think LeBron's thinking, like, man, I'm going to have, like, insane help? Right? Like, of course he is. This dude's probably thinking, like, man, this is going to be great. Right? This is gonna be fantastic. I'm going to be able to I'm going to have a guy in Luka is going to be able to get me 30 a night. Even on a bad night is going to go get me 25. Right? Like, on a good night, he could get me 70. Right? Like, that, come on, this dude has a whole new lease on life. They started off really good, and I like the intensity and stuff like that early on. But it's just, again, like, guys started taking their foot off the gas, started to kind of kick back, right? I mean, Lakers were in control, right? Like, Warriors threw a punch, got it to 6 a couple times, And then every time, the Lakers had an answer. They were able to kind of get back into it and stuff. So I'm glad. I'll take the win. I'm not gonna ever complain about the win, but it's just it's the habits, right? Building the bad habits, right? These are the kind of games where it's just like, like I said, I want to be like, this team is a contender. This team, right? You look at games like the Clippers, the Knicks, the Celtics, right? Like those games, the way that they play in those games, it's like, yeah, this team can be a contender. You add those games, and 2 of those were without Anthony Davis. You had that team to Luka and Mark Williams. Yes, this team can win a championship, right? But then you watch games like this, and again, it's I've talked about it. Lakers love to play down to their competition, right? Lakers, it's like a habit for them, right? The Warriors are missing like half their team, which they're still very deep. They're still very good. They had 6 of their top 8 guys still, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's like the Lakers came in, punched them in the mouth, and thought, okay, game's over. We're good, right? When on the contrary, it's not over. You still have 3 more quarters, right? Like, handle business, buckle down, get it done. And then just a bad third quarter. But like I said, Luka, when he gets in on Monday, he's gonna help solve a lot of that. He's gonna help kind of get a lot of that resolved. On top of that, having again Mark Williams, who just gives you a good interior presence, that lob threat, good offensive rebounder, hustle guy. Again, a guy that can really, do some things for the Lakers. It's just they got to do a better job of put together 4 quarters, like you see that against, the top teams, right? Lakers play the Clippers, they play the Celtics, they play the Knicks, right? They put it together. You got to do that against everybody, right? It's the commitment to the game. It's the commitment to a night-to-night basis. Obviously, bad shooting nights happen, bad nights happen. But you got to pick it up and play on both ends, right? Like, Lakers got laxed on defense, stop with, doing the dirty work, stop doing the hustle plays. Next thing you know, you look up and it's a basketball game. And it's just like, come on, man, right? Like, this shouldn't even have been a game. This game should have been over, midway through the third. And LeBron and all your starters are getting ready to go play Indiana. And instead, you made it to where it had to be a game, and LeBron had to save you on several occasions, right? You got to do a better job in that regard. Jared Vanderbilt, too, man. I'm telling you, Jared Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith are going to be so huge for this team, especially Vando. We desperately need 100% Jared Vanderbilt, right? Jared Vanderbilt he's probably operating on like 70%, and he's insanely impactful. Lakers had 6 offensive boards, and like half of them were from Vando. What was it? Let's see. Vando had 4 offensive rebounds, and they had 7 total. So he had more than half. He had 4 offensive rebounds, guarding Steph, doing everything, doing all the dirty work, right? Like Jared Vanderbilt, man, he is going to be so important to this team. So impactful to this team. He had 14 rebounds this game. 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and then 5 points. And that's not counting, the defensive side of things, getting stops, all like just the disruption, the passing lanes, all that stuff. And he did that in 20 minutes. He had almost a rebound a minute. Like, the guy he's going to be so important to this team. So important to this team. And then same thing with Dorian Finney-Smith, just him being that other defender. At times, you can slot Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt, kind of really help navigate the perimeter defense. But guys got to pick it up on the defensive side. Guys got to really kind of, they got to do a better job. But anyway, let's get into all the breakdown of the players, and then we'll jump into all the super chat questions, all the regular questions, all that stuff. So send them in, and let's get into it. So again, Rui Hachimura in 38 minutes. He nearly played him and LeBron played 38 minutes. Again, this was a game that Rui should have dominated, right? He was 1 of 5 from 3-point range, 4 of 9 from the floor, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 11 points. He was a plus 12, but it's because, that earlier stint. No, but again, it's just defense, moving your feet, staying in front of guys, right? This is a game where I would have liked to see him be more aggressive instead of just settling, right? Like, again, this is a matchup. Didn't he have like 23 or something against the Warriors last game? Right? Because again, he's like usually is aggressive. It's just like guys just didn't want to be aggressive this game. It's like we started off hot, blitzed them, and then it was like all right, let's just kind of get through the game. And it's frustrating to see that stuff. LeBron James, at age 40, by the way, played 38 minutes at age 40, by the way, in year 22. 14 of 25 from the floor, 6 and 9 from three-point range, 8 of 10 from the foul line, 17 rebounds. He's 40 in year 22, by the way. 8 assists, 42 points, 1 steal, 1 block. Did I mention that he's 40 in year 22? I mean, this dude carried. Dude absolutely carried. Jackson Hayes was fine. 4 or 6 for the floor. Rebounding. 3 rebounds is not really going to get it done when you're the center, right? You got to do a better job rebounding the basketball. 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 11 points. Like I said, I mean, he's fine in small doses. Whenever you got to count on him for 25, 30 minutes a game, that usually is not a good, it's usually not a good thing, right? Koloko even came in and gave you almost as many rebounds as Jackson Hayes did in 3 minutes, right? Like 3 minutes of action. It's like, come on, you got to rebound the basketball. Got to do a better job rebounding the basketball. Shake Milton, he's got to pick it up on the defense side. If he wants to stay in this rotation, right? He played 15 minutes, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block, which is good. But he was just at a spot, or at a position, getting beat on several occasions, right? He's got to do a better job staying in front of guys. He's got to do a better job of picking up. Gabe Vincent continues to play great, man. Right? Like he might end up being an X factor for the Lakers. Seriously, if he continues to play the way he's playing, right? And he's a guy that's known to elevate come playoff time. I mean, talk about it. I mean, 5 of 8 from 3. He's been having great games, getting after it defensively, 15 points, right? Like he's been really good. And now he doesn't have to worry about getting traded. Now he doesn't have to be in the conversations and all the trade talk and everything. Like that's huge for him. So that was good. And then I already talked about Reeves and everybody. So again, just glad we got the win. I'll gladly take the win. Obviously, games, bad moments, bad games happen, things like that. But gotta do a better job, right? Staying with the intensity. Stop taking your foot off the gas when you're up 26. Right? Lakers were in control. They won the game pretty much start to finish. But you gotta stop. A lot of this was just bad decision making, bad shot selection, right? Lightening up on the defensive side of things. Again, we're trying to win championships here, right? Trying to win a championship. We're not trying to be just a playoff team. We're not trying to just be the 4 seed or the 3 seed or anything like that, which we're like a game out of the 3 seed now. Rockets have like fallen apart, right? Rockets are now the 4 seed and Lakers are the 5 seed still, but they're only a game out from the Nuggets. Nuggets just keep winning, of course. Like we keep winning, but of course the Nuggets keep winning. Can we just overtake the Nuggets? That'd be fantastic. But anyway, let's get into all of the super chats, all the regular chat questions, all of that stuff. Everybody that's here, really appreciate that. Hit that like button for me real quick. Take a second to do that. And hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And let's get into the thick of this here. Give me 1 second. All right, perfect. So 30 and 19, you got to love it. 11 games over 500. We haven't been 11 games over 500 in years, right? Like since like the bubble year, I think. It might have been 2021. I know we were pretty good in 2021. Point is, it's been a long time since we've been 11 games over 500, right? I want to keep an eye on that Clipper game. Come on, Indiana. Oh, Indiana's up 6 now with 21 seconds left. Let's go. Come on. Oh, 9 seconds left. Oh, Indiana's going to win. Good. Woo. So we get that's another full game on the Clippers. So that should put us 3 games. That should put us 3 games over on the Clippers. That's good. Let's see. Reeves did everything he could to sell us he wasn't going not 1-3. Thank God for Vando. Yeah, Vando was fantastic this game. Like I said, LeBron carried. Vando was so important, and he's going to continue to be just so important, right? I mean, I talked about it before the trade deadline, right? Like Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt, after you got Luka, those 2 guys became about as close to untradeable as possible. Right? Those guys are so important for this team now because you're only like real, true, sizable perimeter defenders, right? Like so, those are guys that are just going to be so important, right? So important, so impactful. But Oh, and we're still undefeated with Jared Vanderbilt. We're 6-0 with Jared Vanderbilt. Lakers are undefeated with Jared Vanderbilt. Just wanted to throw that out there. Lakers 6-0 with Vando. Gotta love it. Andrew, can't wait for Doncic to take load off of LeBron. LeBron is playing out of his mind now. Incredible. Yeah, I mean, again, you don't think this guy is pumped? You don't think this guy is like, dude, I might actually win a championship this year? Again, this is the first time LeBron has ever played with somebody that is as good, if not better than him, right? I mean, I think Luka's better at this stage of their careers. But again, like, the fact that that's even an argument or a debate is crazy, let alone, that, like, he is, right? Like, this is huge for the Lakers, right? Like, and this is huge for LeBron. Because LeBron knows. You don't think he knows? Like, I just got to carry us. I got to just keep us afloat. Luka's going to come, and when he gets in here, he can carry. I can go and just get my 25 or whatever throughout the course of the game and stuff, right? This is, again, he's pumped. So big game for LeBron, yes, 100%. He did. He really carried. Reeves trash. A 40-year-old carried this team well. Yeah, seriously. I mean, again, it's about Reeves being aggressive. I've talked about it. People always tell me I'm a Reeves hater when I talk negatively about Reeves. But again, I'm right. Like, again, like, it's just the lack of aggression. He needs to do a better job of being aggressive. It's so frustrating. Quit settling. You don't need to settle. Like, they can't stop you. Get to your spot. Score the basketball. Stakes coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. AR was better defensively tonight. Yeah, I mean, look, he's been, for the last, like, 10 games or so, he's been actually very good defensively, like, very good. So to his credit on that end. But again, it's just, you got to be more aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive, right? Like, he's got to do a better job of, like, picking and choosing, right? You don't have to just force shots. You don't have to do everything. I do like the way he's operated, particularly on the defense side. He's been active. He's been aggressive. He's stayed in front of guys. He's not getting just beat off the dribble every possession, right? He's not just getting ran through every possession. He's been a big part of why the Lakers have been good defensively, right? But, again, he's got to find that balance. Got to find that better consistency. And then coming out with another $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Vando is a hell of a rebounder. He is fantastic. He's a hustle guy. He's a dirty work guy, right? He's tracking down those loose balls. Something that I talked about a ton this season, right? When people were like, we need another big man to help with rebounding. We need another big man to help with rebounding. I kept talking about, no, we need a guy out on the perimeter that can track down those balls. Most of our issues are chasing down loose balls out of the perimeter, right? Well, you got a guy in Jared Vanderbilt that can chase down those loose balls out on the perimeter. And he fixes so much of that. And you've seen that, right? He's out there. He's just balls within his vicinity. He's going and getting it, right? Like, that's huge for the Lakers to have that hustle guy. I'm telling you, he's going to be so impactful. He's so important to this team now, right? Like, he is a huge X factor. Because, again, we don't have anyone else that can do what he can do. No one else that can do and get after it the way he can get after it on both sides of the ball. Helping with rebounds and stuff like that. Obviously the defense side of the ball, right? All of those things are very important. But thank you. Appreciate the super chats. Thank you so much. Let's see. Where was I? Give Gabe Vincent the game ball. He cooked that. Again, Gabe Vincent's been very good. Last, like, 10 games or so. 11 games or so, he's been huge. Like I said, he could be a big factor for us, particularly come playoff time. If he can continue, this is the guy we've seen these last, like, 11 games is the guy we signed up for, right? This is the guy we went to go and acquire. Can defend, hit the open shot, right? He's the type of guard that usually has success playing alongside LeBron because he can bring the ball up, initiate, boom, and then play off ball, right? I've talked about it. Think of all the guys that have had, like, point guard style guys, Mario Chalmers, Norris Cole, George Hill, like these guys, or Avery Bradley, right? These guys always seem to have success alongside LeBron because LeBron's going to have the ball in his hands. And, you get a guy like Gabe Vincent that can play off ball, knock down the three. He did that in Miami, right? He'd initiate the basketball, get it to Jimmy, get it to Tyler Hero, whoever, right? And then was just mostly off ball and then just hitting threes. He's not afraid of the moment, right? I mean, he was arguably the third best player on Miami's final run, And that's why it was so exciting when we got him. It was like, dude, this guy literally was their third best player on a finals run, was a starting point guard for a finals team. And like, again, hit huge shots, had huge games, right? All that stuff. And now the Lakers just signed him as their backup point guard. Right? I was like, man, this was huge. Right? And then, he got hurt, missed the season, but now he's starting to kind of come into his own. So that is beautiful. Beautiful. Tyler, I'm not going to lie. They need to rest LeBron Saturday. There's no point in playing. This will end up like a 22-23 season where he has playing amazing and gets hurt and gassed out by the time it's time to win. I don't think that'll happen this year. Luka's going to come in and he's going to take care of that. Right? The difference between that and like this year is Anthony Davis, right, was that year, Anthony Davis was incredibly inconsistent. Right, he'd have these monster games and then he'd have these terrible games, right? Like that year, there was a lot of conversation of like, is Anthony Davis ever going to be the guy for the Lakers, right? And then he'd have stints and stuff like that where he was good. But for the most part, it was just like, dude, like, is this guy ever going to take the reins, right? And then you saw the last like kind of 2 years, he picked it up more and more. But still, he'd have these games. Like Luka on a bad night is still going to go get you 25. Luka on a bad night is still going to go get you 8 to 10 assists, right? Like, I don't think he's going to get worn out. He's going to be able to rest because of Luka, right? And you also got to keep in mind, LeBron can only miss so many games. LeBron wants the accolades too. So even if you wanted to rest LeBron probably wouldn't let you because he wants the accolades. If he misses too many games, he doesn't qualify for like all NBA, all of that stuff, which he's going to get again because he's good enough. So, see, this is why Luka is important. If we have his 30 and we ain't got to worry about Reeves going 0-10 yet. Agreed. LeBron giving Luka some reasons to lock in and go for it all. Yeah, 100%. I'm telling you, you don't think LeBron – I mean, look at the demeanor, right? Obviously, we've seen LeBron even before Luka have games like this and just go off. This is 2 straight games now. He's putting on a show, right? I mean, he's over there. Every time he does something crazy, he looks at Luka, right? Not this game, but the previous game. Remember, he's like telling Luka, like literally telling Luka on the sideline, like, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do, right? Like, LeBron has a new lease on life right now. LeBron's looking like, finally, I got that guy, right? He loves AD. That's his guy, right? That's his dog. Like, that's his boy, right? But again, at the end of the day, Luka's better. And he's looking at this as like, finally, I got that guy that can take over. Here you go. Here's the keys. Handle business. Bring us home, right? You need me? I'm here. Let's go, right? That's beautiful. That's something the Lakers just, haven't had with AD yet. We all love AD. It's nothing against, like, AD is great. But we've talked about this even before Luka. Is he the guy that you can build around? Is he the guy that you can count on night in and night out to dominate and take the pressure off of LeBron, right? Anthony Davis resorts to LeBron a lot. Well, now it's like, okay, well, who do we resort to? Resort to Luka. And Luka can deliver. That's the difference. Oh, man. Almost blew it, but thank you, LeBron freaking James. I love Bron trolling the Warriors and getting the fans into it. Baloots Draymond. Weiner Green in his place. Lakers rule the Warriors. Yeah, Lakers have just had the Warriors number the last few years. So this is beautiful. Let's see. Tyler, why did the 40-year-old man have to carry this team? Why did Reeves have his worst game this season? LeBron only had Gabe, Vando, and kind of Hayes tonight. This wouldn't happen with Luka. 100% this would happen with Luka. Look, again, on a bad night, Luka's going to get you 25, right? Like, that's the difference. On a good night, it get you 70. So, that's like a big difference, right? So, but in general, like, again, I understand guys have bad nights, right? I know you're one of the people that think I'm a Reeves hater. I am glad that you admitted that you had a bad game tonight. But again, it's not that I hate Reeves. I like Reeves. Reeves is great. Reeves as like your third guy with Luka and LeBron as your third shot creator and a guy that can make plays is great. Like, you can do a lot with that. Problem with Reeves is that like he's not constantly aggressive, right? Last time we played the Warriors, he torched the Warriors, right? Because they can't stop him. their guards can't apply the pressure to keep him out of his spots. But then he gets in these stints where he just settles, right? Like, how many threes you're 0-3, 0-4, 0-5, 0-6. It's like, dude, at what point do you just go, hey, maybe I just don't have it from three tonight. Maybe I should stop taking threes and put the ball on the deck, attack the closeouts, be aggressive, and go drop 30 tonight, right? Like, again, he gave you 23, but 16 points came from free throws, or 15 of 16. So 15 points came from free throws. So he only had 8 points that were non-free throw points, right? Like, I'm glad he made his free throws, but it's just like, again, like, it's knowing when to be aggressive. Reeves is at his best, and I say this all the time. Reeves is at his best, and the Lakers are at their best when Reeves is aggressive. My hope is, now that you have Luka, Reeves will be nothing but aggressive, because now he doesn't have to handle the playmaking duties. Now he doesn't have to be that second shot creator. Now he's the third shot creator. So now you're going to have Luka and then LeBron, and then Reeves will be the third guy. But 90% of the time, you're not going to need Reeves to be shot creating, right? You're going to need Reeves to be the offensive threat. So my hope is that with Luka now, Reeves will be more of a shooting guard rather than like a combo guard, right? Because he has struggles at times trying to be a combo guard, right? So my hope is that that's how this plays out. But we'll see. Obviously, it's going to be an adjustment period. We'll see what ends up happening. But again, great win. Cosman, coming out the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yes, sir. I'm glad it wasn't us that got robbed for changing FX. I'll take the dub any day. And we 30-19, 3 games above the Clippers. Yes, this is beautiful. And if I'm not mistaken, we're only like a game now out of the 3 seed, because the Houston Rockets have just like fallen apart. They're on a 5-game losing streak. So right now, Lakers are 29-19. Oh, it hasn't updated yet. So we're 30-19. So yeah, so we get half a game on the Rockets. So that puts us, yeah, so we're a game back of the Nuggets for the 3 seed. And then half a game back of the Rockets. So we're basically a full game back of, let's call it a full game back for the Nuggets and Rockets from the 3 seed. And we're about to get Luka, and we're about to get Mark Williams. It's a beautiful time for Lakers Nation, I'll tell you that. It's a beautiful time for us to be excited and to celebrate and good things, right? Again, I really like this. I really like where we're at. I'm glad we got the win. Again, I don't, not all wins are good wins, but a win is a win, right? There's good wins, and then there's like, hey, you got the win, right? Like, glad you got the win, but I'm glad the Lakers didn't sell this game, right? Because we really needed this game. This game was very crucial for the Lakers. And now what? They're on a 4-game win streak. And again, Luka's coming back, right? Got to beat Indiana, right? Got to beat Indiana. Indiana's going to be tough, right? Because, Indiana's been so hot and cold this year, but Indiana's going to be tough. If you can beat Indiana, Lakers might be in great shape. Because like I said, when Luka gets back, there is a good chance that we just have this high. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Luka gets back and we win like 6 or 7 straight with Luka, right? Because they're just going to like, everyone's going to pick it up. Everyone's going to be excited. Oh my God, Luka's here. Like, let's go on a run. Mark Williams is there. He's dominating, right? Like, things are just going to be great. Might look a little rocky, but like everything's going to be great, right? Like, they're like, Lakers might in like 2 weeks be the 3 seed and closing in on the 2 seed potentially, depending on how things shape up. My concern is after that rush, after you get that high, do you end up start coming down a little bit, right? But we'll see, right? A lot of basketball ahead, but exciting times for the Lakers. I appreciate you, Cosmo. Seriously, thank you. Yeah, Reeves' 3-point percentage was tough. Team's depth is laughable. I don't think it will be when Luka comes back. Because, again, my hope is the Lakers bring Rui off the bench. So if he's giving you, say average 13 to 15 points a night, right, then that'll help bench production. Luka's also going to make a lot of guys look better, right? Luka's also going to put a lot of guys in better position. They're going to get better looks. They're going to get better shots. right? Like, because right now teams, it's only LeBron and then all the role guys. So teams are just like, we need to trap LeBron and do all that stuff. So it's just, there's a lot, right? But I think the Lakers will be fine. I think they'll figure it out. AR almost ruined this game, 0 of 9 from 3. My goodness, put him on the bench. Yeah, again, it's just shot selection, right? You don't have to shoot every 3 that you have a chance to take. Yeah, LeBron versus Curry. Wow, you gotta love it. And like I said, like, appreciate these moments, appreciate these games, because we're not gonna have very many more of these. I mean, Curry, like, every time that guy has the ball, like, you hate to play against that guy. You love to watch it. Like, LeBron hit a 3 and looked like he just put the game out of reach, and then Steph hit like a logo 3, and I was like, I hate this guy. I was like, God, can you stop this? Right? And I mean, he put up 37. It's beautiful, right? If you're a basketball fan, appreciate these games. Appreciate these moments, because there's not going to be very many of these left. But Casey coming out, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And it's your first super chat on the stream. Thank you. Seriously, I really appreciate that. 3 years later, and you deserve everything, bro. Well, seriously, thank you. Bron, energy is unmatched, unfortunately. LA bench sucks. Can we get a Wayne or 2 guard on a buyout? Stating straight facts. About mass on AR, yeah. Again, like, well, okay, so I'll talk about the 2 guard or waiting on the buyout. Yes, the Lakers absolutely can. Sucks, Torrey Craig, and I made videos for tomorrow, so and I mentioned Torrey Craig a couple times. Of course, he gets signed off of buyout. But I mean, the video is still the same. It's just about buyouts and stuff like that, buyout candidates. But there's Chris Dort, right? There's going to be several guys that get bought out. Lakers are probably going to be patient, though. Like, don't expect the Lakers to sign a buyout guy immediately, because the Lakers are probably going to want everyone to come back, give it a handful of games, and then evaluate, right? Like, what do we really need? Because right now on the surface, it's like, okay, you could use a point of attack guard, maybe another 3 and D Wayne, and a center, right? Can Jackson Hayes hold down the backup center? Ideally, I'd not really prefer that, but I think the Lakers will probably give it a couple games. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of get through the month before they make a decision. If a guy that they really like becomes available, I think they'll just sign him. They'll just snatch him. But I also think outside of that, they'll probably wait and be patient, because, like, there might end up being this glaring hole that presents itself, right? It might be like, okay, like, Jackson Hayes isn't cutting it. We need to take a chance on another center, right? Or whatever. Like, okay, we don't need a 6'8" guy. We need a 6'6" to 6'7" guy, a guy that can slot in at the 2 and slot in at 3. So I think Lakers are going to be patient, kind of evaluate what do they need in that regard. But yeah, again, it's just Reeves. Again, I like Austin Reeves. It's the shot selection. It's choosing it's picking and choosing your spots, right? Like, if you don't got it tonight, you don't got it tonight. That's fine. But you don't have to keep forcing it, right? Like, you don't have to keep chucking up shots when you're 0-3, 0-4, 0-5, 0-6. At what point do you go like, hey, my 3-point shot just isn't falling enough, right? Let me put the ball on the deck, right? If you're up 30, then fine, keep taking them, right? If you're up 30, go ahead, right? Shoot yourself out of the slump, because it doesn't matter. But you're not. They're creeping up. It's a 6-point game, and you're out here just taking ill-advised threes. When you're 0-8, 0-7, 0-6, right? It's just like, come on, dude. Shot selection. It's so important. But again, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Casey. And yeah, I look, we're just getting started, right? 25K, quarter of 100K. So keep grinding. 50K next. Let's get 50K. Take a quick second, everyone. Hit that subscribe button. Closing in. But yeah, I'm very thankful and very blessed to be in the position that I'm in. Seriously, this is great. But thank you. I really do appreciate that, Casey. Gabe played good too. Yes, Gabe was great. Let's see. Rui played with energy, effort, edge in every game leading up to the trade deadline, and immediately afterwards goes back to whatever this is. Yeah, and that's my problem, right? Like, I'm hoping that now that everyone doesn't have to worry about getting traded, guys can start to settle in, right? Gabe Vincent doesn't have to worry about getting traded anymore. 5 of 8 from 3, getting after it defensively, picking up right where he left off, right? And it's just like, okay, there he is, good, right? Again, bad games happen, but it's the effort, it's the energy, it's the way in which you play. You need to do a better job. Um, let's get it, boys. Yeah, great. Win is win. I will gladly take it. Let's see. What a stinker game from Austin. He needs to step it up for real if he wants a long playoff run. Yeah, look, again, it's about the inconsistencies, right? That's my only knock about Austin Reeves. It's just he can be inconsistent, and it's just, again, Reeves is at his best when he's aggressive. Right? It's simple. It's a simple concept. Be aggressive, and get your spot. Especially a team like the Warriors, they don't have anybody that can check him. They don't have anybody that can stay in front of him. That's why he usually has really good games against the Warriors, right? But when he starts to settle and he starts to, like, it's just, again, find your spots. Get to your spots. Reeves turned into his. That's good. Imagine his mid-ass play against Cavs or OKC. I mean, he usually, to his credit, he usually steps up for the bigger games. But my hope is that Luka now, because he's going to be the primary ball handler, right? Now Reeves doesn't have to be the primary ball handler and initiator, right? So now he's going to move to the third guy, right? Clear cut, right? And third ball handler. That's the key, right? Because he's always been the third guy. But now he gets to be more of the two guard rather than the point, right? Because now Luka's going to be the point. So now Reeves, my hope is that Reeves has no choice but to be aggressive, right? Now he has no choice. He can still be the swing man as he's being aggressive. He can still find the cutter, find the lob, kick out man, whatever, right? But now it's like, hey, Reeves, we need you to be in attack mode. Don't settle. Don't do all that stuff. So my hope is that now that the Lakers have a guy in Luka, because it's different when you have Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis isn't a primary ball handler. He isn't a, he's a self-creation guy, but he's not a, hey, get everyone else involved type of guy, right? He's not a playmaker, right? So Reeves had that responsibility. So you see at times he's trying to balance them out, and it's not good, right? Like, so he's best when he's aggressive, because when he's aggressive, it collapses the defense. Guys are still moving and cutting and doing all that stuff. So, and he still can see those things, so he can react. Boom, boom. Take what the defense gives you, right? And there's times where he's really good about that, but he's best at that when he's aggressive, right? Again, I say it all the time. Watch games where Austin Reeves is just going downhill, attacking closeouts, getting to his spots, right? The dude has 25 and 12. And it's like, and people will be like, oh, but you say he's not a playmaker. He's not this, not that. And it's like, no, he's reacting. It's the difference, right? Defense, boom, collapses double team. I know Jackson Hayes is wide open now. Easy lob. Hayes hammers it home, right? Or he runs the pick and roll, whatever, right? I'm hoping that now Luka, now that Reeves won't have the ball in his hands, it's like, be aggressive, right? That's all we need from you. We don't need you to make plays. We don't need you to do all this other stuff, right? You're the shooting guard. Be the shooting guard. Shooting guard is supposed to shoot and score. Score the basketball. Let's see. Steph had 35 points on 31 shots. Yeah. But I mean, man, he hits them when it matters, man. Dude, that three was huge earlier. I was like, God, I hate this guy. Reeves did everything possible to lose the game. Yeah, AR is embarrassing. Started off hot and then cooled off a bit. Yeah. I think a lot of it too, but also the aggression and effort and energy wasn't great either, right? Like Lakers got the lead and then they just kind of took their foot off the gas and was like, all right, let's let them back into the game, right? Obviously, it's one thing to cool off, but if you're still playing defense and you're still getting after it and you're working hard, right? That game wouldn't have gotten that close. Need Doncic immediately so Reeves can go. Kerr's so annoying. He's gonna say they lost because of that call at the end of the game. He's such a crybaby, excuse maker, can't stand. I mean, the Lakers are still up 8 at that point, right? Like it, and you still have to score. Like it doesn't change the game, right? But yeah, they're probably gonna cry about that. Austin needs to come. I still believe Austin should come off the bench. I've said it before. I think your starting five should be LeBron, Jared Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, and Mark Williams. That's what I think your starting five should be. Between Luka and LeBron, you have more than enough offense and shot creation within the starting unit. You're fine, right? And then you can always inject, like if the offense is stagnant and it's just not working, right? Then you can always just take out Dorian Finney-Smith or Vando and put Reeves in or whatever. But now you have Reeves and you have Rui off the bench. Those guys can get you, 30 a night off the bench. So now you're one of the better benches in the league. I think that's the approach that they should be doing. Let's see. LeBron is absolutely showing out for Luka, 100%. I mean, again, it's not even that we've seen him ball out, but it's not that he's balling out. He's like every time he like does something crazy, he like looks at Luka, looks at the bench. Like I said, the last game there was like he very noticeably on camera was like, "This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do." Right? Like, dude, he's got a new like again. It's his demeanor. Watch his demeanor. Let's see. Reeves legit did not want to win. It would have been a blowout if he played decent. Yes, agreed. Again, if you didn't watch the game, why are you going to comment? Right? Half of his fouls were not towards the rim. Half of his fouls were outside from the Warriors being aggressive. He had 8 free throws in like the third quarter that were all from off the play ball of fouls, right? It wasn't even at the rim. It wasn't him going downhill at the rim. It was him being just like on ball and then Warriors being overly aggressive. If you're not going to watch the game, why comment, right? This is how I know you don't know, but it's always the guy that's like, oh, I know for a fact this guy doesn't know ball. It's always somebody like that says a comment like that leaves something clueless. I don't get it. Why embarrass yourself? Why? Why embarrass yourself? Watch the game. All you have to do is watch the game, and you would have seen half of his free throw attempts didn't come from at the rim from him being aggressive. Half of his free throw attempts came from at the end of the game and him off ball. Reason Rui played terrible. Yes, agreed. Tyler Johnson, yeah, 100%. Always. It's so funny. I don't know why people purposely try to make themselves look goofy on the internet. Like, I don't get it. Like, sometimes the best way is just to stay quiet. If you didn't watch the game, stay quiet. What's going on? How are you, Blickup? Yeah, I'm telling you, Vando is going to be so important, so impactful. He's going to be huge for this team. Huge for this team. Luka and Mark, well, couldn't have come soon enough. I'm on my way. Super nanny. Let's see. I just said yesterday, trade AR and Rui. Vando's rebounding has been crucial. 42, 17, and 8 is insane at 40. Yeah, 40 in year 22. The guy is ridiculous. Let's see. Yeah, Rui just, again, lack of aggression. We need a two-way guard, Tyler. We're not relying on Austin and Rui, both inconsistent. My hope is that, again, those guys get more consistent because they'll just get better quality looks. They'll be moving more off ball. You'll have Luka and LeBron to both create, and they're just better creators than like Reeves when he's on ball. So, and Reeves will have no choice but to be aggressive now. So, my hope is that it kind of changes things a little bit. So, like, we'll see. Let's see. Come playoffs, AR and Rui will be just like this. I hope not. Like I said, I think things will change when you get this team. Trying to find something to me. Man, LeBron looks like he's back in 2021 pre-injury. He was everywhere. Yeah, 100%. He's rejuvenated. The guy is refreshed. Tyler, when the offense isn't clicking, it's gonna get spooky. Perfect example is the first half, first to second. Take it as a grain of salt. It was without Luka, but still concerning. I think Luka's gonna solve a lot of it. because you're always going to have Luka or LeBron on the court at all times, right? So like you see, like when LeBron goes to the bench, the offense just gets stagnant, right? But now you're going to have Luka, like when LeBron's on the bench, Luka's going to be in the game. So I'm not worried about it yet. If we didn't have Luka, yes, I would be like, yeah, it's definitely a concern. But now that we have Luka, Luka's going to solve a lot of that. LeBron has zero reason to leave Lakers. It's win now mode for them. Pelinka understands what he has to do. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. AR can't shoot. He's inconsistent in his shooting. When he's on, he's on. But when he's not, he's not. And that's my problem. It's like picking and choosing your spots. Keep AR as the sixth man, move Dorian Finney-Smith or Rui to shooting guard. Like I said, I'd go Vando, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron, Mark Williams, and then Luke at the point is what I would do personally. But they're probably going to start Reeves. Let's see. They played well in those games because the trade deadline was approaching and no one wanted to get traded, so they played extremely hard. Yeah, it's usually how it goes. But guys like Gabe played really well. Yeah, Gabe has been fantastic. Like he's been very good. Lakers can turn it on and turn it off, or turn it off. The problem is they're still not good enough to turn it on and turn it off. Right? It's the commitment to the game. Right? Game in and game out, doing the dirty work, playing hard, doing the things necessary to pull out wins. AR standing there breathing on defense. Let's see. Glad we didn't trade Vincent. He's been really solid and consistent. Yeah, Gabe Vincent's been very solid, very good. I said we were able to turn other pieces into a center, so that was huge. Man, it's good to have Vando, without a doubt. Yeah, Gabe was great. I was getting my weekly stinky game out of the way. Just wait for the trade deadline to end. Yeah, I hope so, Reeves. I believe in you. Cavs just got better. Yeah, I think that pickup was huge for them. That was like the one question mark on the Cavs was the 3 spot. And that they didn't just get like a guy that could just play the 3. They got a guy like DeAndre Hunter could play 2 through 4 and do it well, right? Like, so that was huge. Cavs definitely got better. That was a huge pickup for the Cavs, in my opinion. Saved by the God. Yeah, LeBron did his thing out there. Yeah, Miami version of Gabe. Again, this is the Gabe we've been waiting for, right? This is the Gabe. These last like 11 games or so, right, has been the Gabe that we've been anxiously waiting around to see, right? Like we waited a year and a half to get. I'm glad he's finally here. He's coming at the right time. I would have traded Reeves over Christie. Christie's balling out for the Mavs, man. His first 2 games, 15 each, and grabbed like 6 boards in both games. I would have like the thing is Max Christie, we need more, right? That 3-and-D prototype, the KCP type at the 2. And it would have been great because you still would have gotten Mark Williams. So you would have had, for your future, you would have had Luka and Max Christie as your backcourt for the next 10 plus years. And then you would have had your center. You would have just needed to get a power forward and a small forward, and you could win multiple championships, right? Let's see. Imagine Luka, Christie, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron, and Williams. Yeah, would have been fantastic. And you might have been able to get like if you traded Reeves, could you have gotten like a Gafford or Lively or something like that? But then they probably wouldn't have traded for Mark Williams, and I'd rather have Mark Williams than both of those guys. He's better. But maybe you'd have like a backup. I don't know, or maybe you could have gotten a different piece, right? Because they hadn't traded Grimes yet, right? Could you have gotten Grimes? Grimes would have been nice. Have him off the bench. Reeves was god awful. If you miss 5 to 6 threes, How about let someone else shoot? Yeah, again, or tack closeouts, put the ball in the deck, get to the rim, right? Like again, it's just it's being smart with your shot selection, with your decision making, right? Like that's the thing, right? Like it's just again, like how many shots do you need to miss before you're like, okay, maybe I should stop shooting, maybe I should stop shooting these threes, especially when the team's going on. Like I said, if you're up 30, fine, go ahead, keep shooting, get yourself out of the slump, but you're not. Like they got back, it was like a 6-point game, and he's still just chucking up threes. It's like, come on, man. Zion coming out hot with $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Seriously, I really appreciate that. In a dream scenario, we get high enough seed, hopefully the second or third, and potentially play OKC in the conference finals. OKC is an absolutely amazing team, but I believe they are beatable. They are absolutely. Lakers match up very well against OKC. Very well against OKC. And now you got Luka, who owns OKC. I mean, owns OKC. If we play OKC in the conference finals, Lakers win that game. And I think it's very possible they win that series like handily. Like I would like if we play OKC in the playoffs, I think Lakers beat OKC in like 5 or 6. Because Luka loves to play OKC. And now you're gonna have LeBron, and it's a bad matchup. They have defense, obviously, but all their defenders, Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, guys like that, they're all 6'3" to 6'5", right? Like they're really good out on the perimeter. They got really good perimeter defense, but like they lack the size and stuff. I think Mark Williams is eating Isaiah Hartenstein alive, right? Like I think that they beat them. I like how we match up a lot now against these other teams. So I'm super stoked. I think if things go well, right? Because again, I do think there will be a little bit of a learning curve. But if things go well, I do think that there is a good likelihood that the Lakers kind of go on a bit of a run. I think they finish the 3 seed. I think at worst, maybe the 4 seed, because I also think Lakers will prioritize health, right? So like if it's like, say they have the 4 seed locked up, their final 2 games, right? It's like, we got a 2-game lead on whoever it is, right? The Clippers, right? It's like, okay, do we go and put, but we're only a game out from the 3 seed or the 2 seed, right? I don't think the Lakers push to go get that. I think the Lakers just like, all right, let's rest LeBron and Luka, right? So I do think I think they'll finish top 4 seed at worst, right? I think they'll be good. They'll be in good shape. But obviously we'll see how, again, if LeBron and Luka like work immediately, don't be shocked if they're like even better, right? Like this could be tough. Be real tough. So I'm excited to see how this all plays out. But Recco, did I say that correct? Recco, coming out $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Seriously, I really appreciate that. And it's your first super chat. Thank you for your first super chat. I really do appreciate that. Good evening, Tyler. Do you really believe that this current Lakers team can move a deep playoff run fully healthy with Christian Wood on as well? Yes. Okay. There is a path inversion of this team that is hoisting the Larry O'Brien at the end of the season, and I'm very confident about it. I need to see a few things first before I like crown them soon to be champions, right? But this team, as currently constructed, the ceiling is higher than the previous regime, right? With Anthony Davis, right? We know what Luka can do. You have 2 of the greatest playoff performers ever now, not just like in the regular season or in the current NBA. No, literally in the history of the game. Luka's like the second all-time scorer in the playoffs behind Jordan as far as like averages, right? Like, so what this does, and you now have 2 elite engines in self-shot creation, right? Like, so you got 2 guys that now are going to make everyone else look better, everyone else pick up the slack, right? You're going to have a guy in Mark Williams that's going to look like an all-star now, right? Like, it's just the best version of this team, in my opinion, is better than the previous team. Now, obviously, if we didn't get Luka, who knows how that team looked, right, with Anthony Davis. Maybe they still go get Mark Williams, and then maybe they'll go get Mark Williams and like a Zach LaVine, and now the Lakers are a contender or something. Like, who knows, right? But that team that we had pre-Luka trade, that version, did they have a puncher's chance? Absolutely. But I said it constantly. I wasn't confident in that team. Right? I didn't have confidence. I am much more confident in the current team because now you have Luka, who you're never going to have to question, is he going to be able to carry tonight? Right? Luka is good enough by himself to at least win you a playoff series. I think bare minimum, Lakers are a conference finals team if guys show up half decent. Because LeBron and Luka by themselves are going to be able to win you a playoff series or two. Obviously, matchups are important and stuff like that. But great example is if we played Denver previously, I don't have confidence that they beat Denver. If we play Denver now, I am very confident we beat them because Luka can match Jokic and even be better, right? Anthony Davis, he did a good job of kind of matching Jokic. But again, Anthony Davis on an incredible night, right? Not counting the defensive impact, could give you, 40 plus, say, 5 assists, generate you, let's say, say they're all twos, 50 points in offense. Luka on any given night can generate you 70, right? Like, so the only concern I have is just the defense. Can the defense lock in enough to help you? Can the defense be good enough to where the offense can carry? With Luka, Lakers are going to be probably the best offense in the league, if not top 3, right? Can the defense just be serviceable enough? Great example is Denver when they won the championship, right? They were 15th in defense, and in the playoffs, they were the second worst. Yeah, I believe it was the second worst defense in the playoffs. But their offense was so good, so efficient, they just blew and ran through everybody. That's what the Lakers need to do, right? Can you be good enough offensively, and can you 4 games a series give us the defense that you saw in that Clippers, Knicks, and Celtics game? If you can do that, Lakers can win the championship. Like, without a doubt. Lakers can absolutely win the championship. But I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Seriously, thank you for the super chat. All right, let's get back into it. I'm going to go probably about 5 more minutes, and I'm going to skate on out of here so I can go set up videos and upload and do all that stuff for tomorrow. Plus, hopefully get a little bit of sleep because, man, this week's been it's been exhausted. But it's part of the game, right? And I love it. I do. I genuinely love it. I'm very thankful. But I could use like a 12-hour nap. All right, let's go. We shouldn't be struggling against the Warriors. I mean, look, Warriors, I get they're not a great team, but any team can win on any given night. Lakers controlled that game start to finish. I wouldn't really say we struggled, right? We went up 26, and Lakers just took their foot off the gas, right? They were in that game. They controlled that game start to finish. They never relinquished the lead. Right? I wouldn't say struggle. That was just more of Lakers' lack of effort than anything else. All right, Lakers just kind of just said, "Hey, you know what? We're good." Brick. Sorry, another Austin Reeves miss has crushed your stream. Yeah, thanks. I'd definitely rather have, especially with Luka. Yes, 100%. With Luka, and it would have been justifiable to trade Reeves, right? No one would have questioned trading Reeves if you landed Luka. Everyone would have been like, okay, right? Like, even Reeves lovers would have been like, even like the diehard Reeves stands would have been like, I mean, he got traded for Luka, right? Like, everyone would have been like, okay, fine. And you would have had Max Christie, Luka, and Mark Williams for the next 10 plus years. And Reeves Christie is only going to continue to improve and get better. So I would have rather kept. I mean, I said as soon as they traded, I was like, man, I really wish we would have kept him. Right? I would have rather traded Connect or any of these other guys. This team will sorely miss Max, especially when Shake is now the next man up. Yeah. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully Lakers get a guy on a buyout. Nice win, purple and gold. A win. Gladly take the win. Definitely can't wait to see the Luka Mark pick and roll as well. Let's see. They really think the other teams will just let them win when they go up by 28. They just completely take their foot off the gas, right? See, Shake Milton runs like Kenny Smith. That's a great one. Mavs asked for Reeves too. Yeah, I mean, good thing is, like, I mean, you probably would have had the same value in Max Christie, but the good thing is like, at least like worst case scenario, Reeves can get you something pretty good, right? Like, especially now the Lakers don't have any first for a couple years. So if like that guy that like just makes sense, right, becomes available, you can turn Reeves into him now, right? So that's good. Like that gives the Lakers like Reeves probably holds more value right now, and he makes more money than Max Christie right now to other teams. But Max Christie is the guy that would have impacted this team the most. Yeah, it is. But that's been my whole argument, right? There's no middle ground. I talk about it all the time, and people keep telling me I'm a hater of Reeves. Again, I don't hate Reeves. I love Reeves, but there's no in between. It's either he's putting on a master class or he's struggling, right? It's not one or the other. Let's see. Every day that goes by pisses me off more and more that Max isn't a Laker anymore. Yeah, and he's killing it for the Mavs too. So it's just like, man, he would have been nice. Yeah, Pacers beat the Clippers. I would love to play the Rockets. I'd love to play the Rockets in the first round. Right? Again, every year you see that team that is just really good, but they don't have the experience, they don't have those things, and just get ran through. In the summer, we should trade Reeves for Christie and some seconds, but Dallas doesn't want non-defenders. Yeah, they want defensive pieces. Reeves will be better as the sixth man when Doncic is playing. Yeah, I agree. Problem is, I don't know if they do that. I don't know if they bring him off the bench, which is my concern. Offensively, Gabe was good. Defensively, he's been rougher than usual lately. Yeah, I mean, the problem is he's not big, right? Like, he's not – like, Christie's like 6'5" and athletic. Like, Gabe Vincent isn't the most athletic guy. He tries, right? He can defend big at times, but – he has limitations, right? So certain matchups, certain guys, certain defensive assignments, it's tough on him. Let's see. Mavs specifically wanted Max together with AD. I mean, they wanted defensive pieces. No negotiation with that. If Rob Pelinka refuses to give Max the trade for Luka, would have failed to materialize. I don't know if it would have failed to materialize, but I get your point, right? Like, look, you don't keep Max and lose Luka, right? Like, unfortunately, Max is expendable when you can get a guy like Luka. He's not untradeable, especially for top 2 to 5 guy in the league. So yes, you had to trade him. But I don't know if I wouldn't say no negotiation with that, because again, they wanted Reeves. They wanted, based on the reports, they wanted Reeves 2 first. They wanted basically everything. And Rob Pelinka was able to basically get it down. I mean, they paid more for Mark Williams than they did for Luka, right? So like, I think it was negotiable. I just think Dallas wanted to get off of Luka. I think if you would have given them Reeves, they would have taken it. Or could you have given them an extra, like an extra first or something? But then you might not have been able to get Mark Williams, right? So I don't know. I mean, look, it sucks, but it was the right call, right? No one's arguing like, oh, they shouldn't have done it, right? Like, you do that all day, including Sunday. But it's just like, if there was a path to keep him, they should have kept him. Luka for Wemby trade in the offseason. Let's see. We had Max under control for 3 more years at $8 million. Reeves after next year will opt out. Yeah, and he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get expensive too, which is why I'm not gonna lie. I would look to trade him in the offseason. Right? If the Lakers win the championship this year, then they're probably not going to trade any. They'll probably just like trim around the edges. But if the Lakers don't win the championship, I think you really consider trading Reeves, especially now you don't have firsts, right? Because Reeves is going to get very pricey very quick, right? Some team is going to offer him 30 plus million, right? So, and I don't think the Lakers can afford that. I don't think the Lakers can pay that, right? So that's the problem. Where again, Max, yeah, he would have been, 8 million a year for the next 3 years, and then give him a new contract from there. All right, let's do like 2 more. I'm gonna get on out of here. Back-to-back players of the week. I very well could. I mean, LeBron, that dude is so good, man. That dude is so tough. Seriously. Let's see. It still amazes me that Reeves, Rui, Wood are still Lakers over AD and Max. Yeah. I mean, got Luka, right? Like, if they would have traded him for a bunch of bums, that would have been a little different. LeBron was looking washed in December before that 8-day break. Now he's entered and found another prime, the eternal LeBron James, never-ending prime. Yeah, and I also think he's got a new pep in his step. I think he's got a new look on life, right? Like, you just got Luka, right? Again, talking about the second to at worst fourth best player in the entire league, in the entire world, right? Like, you're in great shape. And again, LeBron James is the greatest player Luka has and likely ever will play with, right? Like, that's huge for the Lakers. So it is. It's very exciting. But anyway, I'm going to skate on out of here, everyone. Try to get some videos up for all of you in the morning, and then try to get some sleep. But I appreciate you guys. You guys are beautiful. Everyone that gave me super chats, seriously, thank you all so very much. I really do appreciate that. Everyone that tuned in, seriously, thank you. I appreciate that. And on your way out, please take a quick second, hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Saturday, right? Oh yeah, Luka's not playing Saturday. He'll be there Monday. But let's get this one.